My best year so far, I barely squeaked Hall of Fame. I hit 400,000.
I bet that feels pretty good, though.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back for episode 2, and I got my noble leader, mentor, Garrett Smith. He brought me into the business. So thankful for you, bro. Appreciate it. I guess to just kind of kick it off, how long have you been in the business? What's your best year? And yeah, any advice to start it off or what?
Well, I mean, not really, bro. When it comes to advice, dude, you learn it as you go. I've been in the business going on my 3rd year now. So 2 years, my best year so far, I barely squeaked Hall of Fame. I hit 400,000.
I bet that feels pretty good, though.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, dude, when you hit Hall of Fame, I thought it was going to feel a lot better, but in reality, dude, it doesn't really feel like much. You just want to do it again. And with the competitive nature, like, you always want to do more, you know? And in so many moments last year, like, there were times where it's like, dude, I could have done more.
For sure.
I don't look at it and it's like, oh, dude, I hit Hall of Fame, awesome. You know, it's like, I could have done so much more than that.
Yeah, dude. I feel like for me, like, obviously you're like my mentor, so seeing you hit Hall of Fame makes it so much more like, okay, it is possible. You know, like, it is achievable, and obviously that's like the gold standard of being a top producer. Like, you have to hit Hall of Fame. So I gotta hit Hall of Fame this year, bro.
And when it comes to Hall of Fame, like, people really look at it, they're like 400,000, and it's some like monster figure that they think about. But when you break it down weekly, dude, it's like it's $7,500 a week.
Yeah,
you know,
and we shoot for 10 to 15.
Exactly. And when we have solid lead flow, like, we're hitting that every week. You know, so it's really not a matter of, oh, can I do this or whatever. It's a matter of consistency. You know, one, with consistently buying leads every week, buying enough leads, and then consistently working your hardest every week, you're going to have no issue hitting Hall of Fame and also higher numbers. Like, talking to Calvin, he hit 510,000 his first year in the damn business.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
That's nuts.
It's nuts.
That's nuts. So I guess I'll just ask this. I asked Jerry this on our last episode. Schedule obviously is a big part of it, right? So what is your schedule, and how do you think that helped you to hit 400,000 and hitting Hall of Fame?
That's a good question. I mean, schedule is everything, bro. Like, at the end of the day, your schedule is built, like, it builds the foundation of your days and your weeks and your months. It's like, you win the day, you win the week, you win the month, and you win the year, right? Yeah. When it comes to, like, my actual schedule, I'm dialing no later than 9 a.m. every day. Okay. And you really are shooting for 2 policies before 2 p.m. And if you don't hit that, you keep dialing. Yeah. And really running that until 7, 8 p.m. And there were times last year when, you know, I would get off at 7 and I would just focus on team building.
For sure.
So what the most important thing is really protecting your time. Because not only are you trying to hit Hall of Fame, you're also trying to build a team. And
why do you think protecting your time is important?
Because when it comes down to it, if you're not intentionally dialing from 9 to 7, you're fucked. Yeah. Like, it's that simple. If you're continuously and always answering questions, messing up the flow of your day, at 10 a.m., you're answering questions, you're doing training, and then you're dialing at 11, and then you're training again at 12. It doesn't work. Yeah. It just doesn't work, right? Yeah. You always have to protect yourself and focus on yourself first, and that's how you truly lead from the front while building a team, is showing people, like, hey, dude, put all that stuff to the side, dial the phones, and make sure that you're doing money-making activities 24/7.
Yeah,
and until your team income replaces
that's
sales.
Huge, because I remember obviously when I first joined, I was over Zoom. It's so hard to keep yourself accountable, especially when you're just sitting there, like, in a corner, like, just by yourself. It's so easy to get distracted by this, or because obviously we work for ourselves, so it's just easy to get caught up in, like, oh, I can go do whatever I want. But in reality, like, your first couple years, at least from what I've been seeing from other people that have been doing this, it's like, no, put your nose to the grindstone your first couple years and don't look up. Like, just grind your ass off and look up where you're going to be in the next couple years type of deal.
Yeah, and what I've really noticed with a lot of new agents, especially ones that work from home, it's not necessarily, like, super hard to stay very accountable
For sure.
and like work your hardest during the good times.
Right.
When things are going well, when you're hitting your 10K weeks and people are buying, families are getting helped, it's easy to work hard when you're making a lot of money. What gets hard for new agents when you're working from home is going through the struggle. When agents go through the struggle at home and they don't have like people around them to lift them up and positivity,
Yeah.
like your environment is everything. And when your environment is just you, when you struggle, that's it. Like that's all you hear. You don't hear someone from the side telling you it's going to be okay.
And that's why the office is so huge, man, because, I mean, we're 23 years old, and we're coming into offices that have multi-millionaires in them. And being able to learn from people like that, it's just so much more motivating and like, okay, I got to make this work.
Yeah.
Instead of just like being in your own thoughts and your own feelings. It's huge getting into an office. And if I could recommend anybody like who's brand new, find an office somewhere near you that like you enjoy, because it's going to help you out so much in the long run.
Not only that, like just for an actual example, my first year in the business, dude, it was horrible.
Yeah.
Right. I was in my apartment. I was at home 90% of the time, just trying to do my own thing. And look, whoop-de-doo, I sold 10, 15K a month.
Whoop-de-doo.
You know, like
Yeah.
I was at, like I hit like 10K, then I hit 14K, and then I hit 5K. You
Yeah,
get
just
comfortable.
super inconsistent.
That's a lack of a schedule and lack of accountability with coming into the office. And it was like that my whole first year. And then I was like, all right, dude, F this. I'm moving down to Austin. I got next to Captain Calvin.
Mm-hmm.
And in that first 9 or 8 months of that year, I think I wrote 80 grand. In the
That's
first
huge.
9 months, that's not huge. That's horrible. In
Oh,
8
oh.
months, I wrote
Oh,
80
oh,
grand. So I was
8
averaging
months.
10K a month. And then I get into the office next to Captain Calvin for 4 months. And dude, I wrote 100 grand in 4 months. I wrote more in that 4
Yeah.
months where I was next to Calvin, I was in the office, than I did the first 8 months of that year.
No, yeah, that's huge.
It's crazy. That's huge.
That's
right?
huge.
It changed.
And that's a prime example of like being around people that push you, right?
Yeah.
Like you got to get around people who are gonna elevate you, and that's the ultimate thing, right? Is like I feel like working a 9 to 5 or working any type of job where there's no room to grow or like to elevate, and like you're also just not enjoying the people you're working with. Like that's just miserable, man.
100%.
Miserable.
And I actually have a quick question for you, honestly,
Sure.
to tap into that. Dude, I remember a very funny story. When you were pretty new, it was like your second month or something, and you weren't in the office and you were working from home, you were grinding. And then you sold like that 10K week, and then none of them went into effect and none of them paid you, and you were broke. And dude, I noticed.
Not a lot of people know that.
Dude, I thought you were gonna quit, bro. I thought you were gonna quit.
I was going to. Because obviously, I mean, I didn't really have anything else going on for me. So I didn't like, it was just like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, what am I getting into? Like, I didn't understand like what it actually was. But I did know the potential, because obviously I was making money from it. So it's like, okay, it's real because I'm actually getting paid at least. Like, if I'm able to pay my bills and some, like, I'm good. Like,
Yeah.
I really don't care. So I was like, I don't really know what the heck to do. And then it was right around Christmas time you came down, and that was the first time we hung out.
Yeah.
And you were like, dude, you know, you might as well just say fuck it and move down to Austin.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, screw it.
And the crazy thing
Might
is
as well.
like, that's when I knew you were gonna be a dog, because it was after like that really tough time you had when none of the policies went into effect. I was like, bro, just go all in and move down and just trust the system.
Yeah.
And you did it, and I was like, holy shit, dude! Like,
And it seems to be working out so far.
worked
so.
out, you know. The rest is
But
history.
I'll ask you some questions here. We'll get into the itty gritty here,
The
or the
meat-
nitty gritty. Sorry.
You got it.
So a lot of people hear life insurance and immediately think of pushy salesman or a pyramid scheme. What was the exact moment or conversation that made you realize this was actually a legitimate vehicle to build wealth?
The moment, there's a couple moments, honestly. So the first moment is when I was working at the restaurant. I was part-time in this, and I was working at the restaurant at nights because I still was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and it just wasn't really working well. And I had the night shift, and I was dialing in the morning. And I was dialing in the morning, and I made a sale for $100 a month. It was immediate, and the next day it paid me $900, right? And I knew that. Like, I was like, dude, this is freaking awesome. Like, dude, I'm about to get paid $900.
And how much were you making at your restaurant job?
Exactly, right? So I made that sale and made $900, and then I go to the restaurant job that night, and it was just a grueling shift because the service industry, dude, it's horrible. And I'm going there, and tons of people are just like, fill up my iced tea, get this for me, get this for me. And I walked out with like $150, $200, and I worked like 7 hours, and I was like, dude, I just made $900 selling insurance.
Yeah.
And not only was I selling insurance, the guy that I helped, he really freaking needed it. He had a policy in place for like, it was like, I don't remember exactly how much it was, but it was like $10,000. And he was paying $190 a month for it. He was getting scammed.
Yeah.
So all I did was call him, and I was like, dude, like, you're getting overcharged like crazy. He was in perfect health. I wrote him an Aetna policy and saved him $90, got him the same amount of coverage.
Yeah.
So I helped that guy out because he was on a fixed income. He was telling me, like, dude, I'm having trouble at the end of the month buying groceries.
Yeah.
So saving him that $90 a month.
That's huge, dude. I don't think people realize, like, the actual service we do, like, to these people. Like, besides everything people might see on, like, social media of, like, the posts and the deposits and the lifestyle stuff, like the hype kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, aside from all that, the big thing, dude, is like we genuinely do help people. Like, and it's actually very refreshing, like getting on the phone and talking to someone who actually needs our help.
Yeah.
Because it's like, dude, like these people are on Social Security, disability, making sometimes under $2,000 a month.
Exactly.
Right? And a $50 to $70 life insurance policy to pay for their funeral is like life-changing for the beneficiary.
Exactly. And
you know what I'm saying?
When it comes down to it, bro, like what people forget is like, yeah, dude, we're pushy insurance salesmen. Mm-hmm. We're not really selling anything, dude. We're providing a service and a product. Dude, these clients are asking for our help. Like, they are filling out requests online asking for our help. Yeah. All we have to do is call them up, give them a 30-minute spiel on what exactly it does for them and their family. Mm-hmm. And then we just
they buy it or they don't.
They buy it or they don't. You know what I mean? It's not like we're pushing people to do what they don't want to do. And I remember, like, I saw Dave Ramsey, dude, and he says, like, whole life insurance is a scam, all this, all that.
Yeah.
He's not talking about the 65, the 75-year-old, senior citizens that don't have a shit ton in savings, that don't have that money saved up.
They're unhealthy.
That are unhealthy, that can't qualify for term policies. He's not talking to those people, right? He's talking to people that are young, that really have the ability and the time to save up that money, right? Mm-hmm. So he puts this wrong perception in people's heads about whole life insurance. Dude, not everyone can qualify for a term. Not a lot of people can qualify for a term, right? Mm-hmm. Even though it's cheaper, like, dude, it doesn't mean it's better. Right? No, because we're not talking to people that are 30, 40, 50. We're talking to people that are 70, 80 with no savings. So if they were to pass away, no, it doesn't affect them, right? It doesn't affect the person passing away. It affects their beneficiary.
100%.
Because let's say someone's 75 years old, right? They have no savings, and their daughter is the beneficiary. She has 2 kids. She's living check to check. Mm-hmm. She doesn't know what to do. Boom, her mom passes away, right? Yeah. First of all, she's grieving the loss of her mother. And then not only that, she gets hit with a $10,000, $15,000 funeral expense while she's living check to check supporting kids. That's what we're doing, is we're stopping that daughter from going through an insanely bad struggle where she's going to ruin her credit, where she has to take out a personal loan, where she has to start the GoFundMe, ask the church for money. That's what we're preventing.
Yeah, it's just, we're like preventing such a stressful situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Because, like, I couldn't even imagine being some of these families where, like, I'm trying to, like, I have a family that I'm trying to provide for. Like, I was talking to this lady the other day, and she said her daughter was working 3 jobs and she had 2 kids.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, and I actually did get her coverage, I think. And if like she passes away and has to pay for the funeral, dude, she's screwed. She has to take time off of work.
Mm-hmm.
Someone has to watch the kids, or she has to bring them with her. Like, she cannot pay for the funeral.
Like, what happens to that daughter working the 3 jobs, you know?
Yeah.
Like, what if she can't pay for the funeral? Is her mom just going to sit in the dang, whatever it's called, morgue for months? Or is she going to have to take out a loan? Or what happens if she can't get a loan, right?
Yeah.
What is she going to do? Is she going to go homeless because of that situation? No.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we're doing in preventing.
For
And then
sure.
also, the next part of your question, when it comes to, like, life insurance is a pyramid scheme. I think it's just a huge mistake in perception among a lot of people because of what they see on social media, right? They see only the part on social media where we're recruiting. Right. But in reality, they don't see what we're actually doing every single day. Like, dude, we're dialing the phones from 9 to 7. Like, we're working our asses off.
Yeah.
Selling insurance.
And
right?
I feel like recruiting, we're also trying to give people the opportunity that we were given.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like it's not like we're trying to recruit these people to make a buck off them. Like, we do fine just selling life insurance.
Dude, at the end of the day, I could sell life insurance for the rest of my life and retire early. You know, like, I don't need to build a team. But the thing is like, when I think about building a team and offering the opportunity to other people, dude, I'm doing a disservice, and it's a disgrace if I don't give people the same opportunity that I was given. Because, dude, I was a 20-year-old idiot back in Dallas, Texas, where I was sitting in my apartment and I was about to get into real estate. Dude, and it was crushing my soul because it's like I was about to be stuck in Dallas getting into real estate, and I had no idea what I was going to do because I would never see my family. I never was going to be able to do anything, like just being stuck, you know? And I didn't really like real estate that much. I was just doing it to do it, really. And then Big Diesel called me. He offered me the opportunity, and I took it because I didn't want to be stuck in Dallas.
For sure. Yeah.
So it's like I think about that 20-year-old kid that was in that apartment, had no idea what he wanted to do, and was really just like trying to figure things out. Like, I want to find people like that, you know, because that's what was done for me. And
100%.
Like, a life-changing moment is when, in that first year of business, bro, when I was super up and down, I ran up a lot of credit card debt.
For sure.
A lot of credit card debt.
Yeah.
And there was a moment in time where I was sitting in my parents' house, and I had like 20 grand in credit card debt, which is insane to say. And I had like $900 in my bank account. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing? It's not the business's fault, bro. It's all my fault. Like, I was the one that didn't pay off my credit cards. I was the one that didn't work hard when I bought leads. And it's like, dude, do I quit or do I actually make this work? And I decided to make it work because it wasn't the business's fault. The business is amazing. It was me that didn't work, right?
For sure.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna lock the frick in.
It pays you exactly what you put into it.
It pays you what you're worth, exactly. So I was like, dude, I'm gonna freaking lock in. I sold $31,000 that month, and I deposited 23 grand. I paid off my credit card debt in 1 month, and it's like that kind of credit card debt would literally hurt a family for years.
That's insane.
Once I saw that, bro, I was like, holy cow, bro, what is possible in this business?
Yeah. So is that kind of what made you realize that it was an actual, like, legitimate, like, vehicle to build wealth? Is kind of just like that, or what made you realize that this was, like, legitimate?
I think the really, like, the biggest thing that made me realize it was legitimate and, like, that it was really worth just, like, going all in for was seeing people do it in front of my eyes. Yeah. Like, when I moved down to Austin, I watched Calvin do it. I never really took it seriously beforehand. But when I saw Calvin do it, bro, and I saw him doing it right in front of my eyes and the way he was changing his life, it's like, dude, Calvin is very systematic. But he wasn't special. And it's like, dude, I saw him buy a $2 million house, a Raptor R, a boat, everything under the sun that I ever wanted. Not only that, dude, he's just like changing his life and creating such a great future for his family. And it's like, that happened through this business. Like, dude, this thing is freaking real. Yeah. You know? And I was like, okay, like, I got to lock in, and I want to do exactly what that guy does.
For sure,
dude. And that's what made me really realize.
Yeah, dude. We have some of the best people or mentors around us to really kind of just like build off of.
Guidance and mentorship is everything, bro.
It's huge, man. All right, this is a good question for you.
Oh goodness.
So take us back to the quit moment. All right. Most agents, they hit a wall when they're, spending money on leads. They're not really seeing the cash flow trickle in. I think I already know the answer to this, but did you have a specific moment where you almost walked away, and if so, what was it and what kept you going in that moment?
Oh, brother. There's a few moments. So, like, the one moment I already kind of told you about when I was sitting in my parents' house, $900 in my account, credit card debt out the ass, and I was just like, do I do this thing? And I did. I kept going. And then I'll tell you the second moment, bro, and I'll get a little bit deep. It was right after the team hit like 190K, bro. And not only did it hit 190K, like, I was just through the moon excited. I was making more money than I ever made in my life. But after that, we both know what kind of happened. I wasn't leading the team the right way, and I wasn't living my life the right way. I wasn't really close with God. I didn't have the correct morals and values. And, dude, it just really fell over and toppled like a domino effect and just affected me like crazy. Not only was I losing my business, I was losing friends left and right, like my best friends that I grew up with. And
I feel like people don't talk about that kind of stuff, especially with something like, or with this sort of industry, is like, I mean, bro, besides everything people might see on social media, like, this is hard. And this is probably going to be the hardest thing you ever do. We're 1099. We work for ourselves. Like, we're entrepreneurs, right? We do not get paid unless we work.
Yeah.
Right? So the fact that, like, I don't know, people just have a misunderstanding or a misconception of, like, oh, I'm gonna come in and it's going to be all sunshine and rainbows, right?
Yeah, and, like, kind of back to where I was going with that story, bro, like, the team, like, people just started falling off left and right because I wasn't really focused on them being profitable and focused on them, like, making a ton of money for themselves and really, like, achieving their goals. And I was just focused on mine, And eventually, like, out of everyone we had on the team at the time, bro, I think you're the only one left. Like, truly, I think you're the only one left. So seeing all them fall off and the team went back down to like 50, 60K and I was having trouble selling. So I was like, dude, like, this is rough, bro.
Yeah.
It was rough. I wasn't making that much money and I was terrible with my finances. Just a plethora of different reasons. And then I was also going through a lot of relationship struggles at the time. And it got to the point, bro, where I was just depressed and I was just feeling bad for myself and had a victim mentality. Like, why is this happening to me? What did I do wrong? Like, F the dudes that left, whatever, right? I was just really trying to figure out who I really was. Like, once I lost that team, I was like, okay, I really have to figure out who I am,
For sure.
And I think you asked me the question, actually. You're like, bro, why haven't you quit yet? And I was like, bro, I won't have any more friends. Like, I won't have friends if I quit, And
that just goes to show, dude. We work with some great people, and I appreciate you sharing that story, bro. I know that hits deep for you. And I think that just goes to show, like, this business is hard, but once you get past, like, those hard times, it's the most rewarding.
It is.
It's gonna, like, we can, like, me and you talk about it all the time, bro. Like, we just picture, our future, and it's going to be so rewarding looking back at times, like, when we were struggling and just being like, dude, remember, like, when we were talking about that?
God did, bro.
It's awesome, dude. God's got us.
God
real.
puts you through the fire, bro, and I honestly couldn't be more grateful that he put me through that moment and losing the team like that, because I don't know who I would have been if it kept going and kept growing, because I had terrible habits. I was gambling. I was just smoking weed. I just didn't really care about myself, and I didn't care about my relationships, and I just lost myself to the money. So God, he humbled the boy. You know, he humbled me real quick.
Because it's easy, dude. We make good money. It's easy to get lost in the sauce, dude.
Oh, dude, it's easy to
Super
learn how to
easy.
make a lot of money in this business. What's really hard is to learn how to manage that money and learn how to manage yourself along with that
For
money.
sure.
Because I remember my girlfriend would tell me at the time, she was like, money changes you. And I was like, nah, money will never change me. Like, I'll always be the same guy, dude. And she couldn't have been more right,
Yeah.
you know? Like, the money freaking changed me, dude. And God brought me back to reality, humbled me.
You real quick.
Humbled me real quick, dude. And, like, that quit moment, bro, I was just like, I can't quit, bro, because I know I'm capable of it. And I could never let my boy Big Diesel down. I could never let my boy Fleeg down. And I will make this fucking work at absolutely, like, nothing could make me quit. Nothing. And I know, like, after, like, that there, I know nothing will drive me out of this business until we're at that level we want to be at, you know?
Yeah, dude, and that also, like, for me, I've had quit moments. I think everyone in this business has had a quit moment.
Like, every day.
Every person, even the people that have made it,
Yeah.
they've always had some sort of moment where this person was doing fraudulent business, roll up, right? Team falls apart, roll up, chargebacks. Like, just the worst stuff that could happen.
Yeah.
Right? It happens.
And, dude, it's all happened to me.
Yeah,
you
dude.
know? Like,
And at the end of the day, it's whoever endures the most, right? Whoever endures more, and really just trusting that God has a plan and that He will make it work out. Like,
durability always wins, brother.
Durability, man.
And really having a close relationship with God is, nothing has helped me out more. Just because, like, I always really attached my happiness and the way I felt to the way that the business was going and to the money that was coming into my account. And that was, like, my whole identity, you know?
right.
Now it's like, dude, I don't even care. Like, I'll do this every day and I'll make nothing, you know? Because, like, that's what happens at certain times, you know, with chargebacks, with roll-up debt. Like, there will be times when you're working your freaking tail off, bro, and you're not getting paid for any of it.
It's important that people or, like, new agents coming in, like, they're aware of that, because I feel like a lot of people who are recruiting, they try to make it seem like it's all sunshine and rainbows. And that's just, like, I feel like manipulative, because then they get in and then they are struggling and then they don't know what to do, and then they're almost depressed because of the business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not the business's fault at all. I think, like, bro, the work ethic is going to directly correlate to the money coming in.
100%.
And, yeah, that's huge. So, obviously, all right. Next question. Emotional roller coaster of leads. All right. You swipe the card, buy the lead, you make the calls. It's an emotional roller coaster. When you drop $1,000 on leads and don't make a sale right away, how did you train your mind to view buying leads as an investment rather than like a gamble?
Yeah, I mean, it's all comes down to, like, the belief you have in yourself, and also, like, dude, don't make it a negotiable, right? Like, it's not a negotiable if you buy leads on Sunday, right? Like, it's clockwork. It's not like, oh, I think I'm going to buy leads this Saturday. No, I'm buying leads this Saturday no matter if it's the last $1,000 I have in my account. I'm buying freaking leads, and I'm going to make this thing freaking happen.
Because $1,000 can turn to 10, 15, you know? 20.
And God's always got your back at the end of the day. Like, if you are struggling with money, dude, He's going to make sure your bills are paid. He's always going to make sure, like, you got food on the table, you got clothes on your back. So, I mean, what more can you really ask for, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in a position of leadership, like, dude, you always have to be accountable with those kinds of things, because when you choose to be a leader and you choose to build a team, like, you lose the ability to be average. So you have to buy leads. Like, it is systematic. If you don't buy leads one week, none of your team will. And is that the way you want your team to look like? Is that how you want your agents to think? It's no. You can't let that happen, because you're doing them a disservice by not teaching them the correct way. Like, if you're not willing to go all in yourself and put everything on the line to make things happen, then you can't expect your agents to do the same.
For sure. So obviously you came from a W-2 job. You were a server, right? What'd you do before you were serving?
I've done all types of shit, bro. Like I was a server. I did construction. I sold solar door to door for a little stint. I did more serving before that. I worked at a coffee shop, bro. I worked at Home Goods, building furniture, bro.
Well, so obviously joining something like this, it's kind of a detox from a W-2, right? Like coming from a normal job, people are used to getting a steady paycheck every 2 weeks. How long did it take you to kind of detox from that employee mindset and actually start thinking like a business owner who kind of has to go and eat what they kill rather than waiting for, a paycheck to show up?
I think the biggest thing I had to like learn or almost unlearn is you have to do it without being told what to do. Like if you have time off almost, or if someone's not telling you, like, you need to work at this time or you need to do this right now or, like, you need to clock in at this hour and if you're late, you're getting written up. That always used to feel like, okay, no one's telling me to do this, so it's my time off. I can do whatever I want, And that was the hardest part for me in the beginning was, like, especially being part-time. Without someone, like, telling me, oh, you need to get on at this time, you need to do this, you need to do that, it was hard for me to, like, do it on my own. So learning how to be very accountable with my schedule is like the hardest thing. Working 10 to 12 hours a day without someone telling you like you need to be there 10 to 12 hours a day. It's hard in the beginning, but then eventually you build a passion and obsession for it. So that was hard in the beginning, but the main thing that was like super hard was really just getting behind the entire idea of it all, right? Like commission-based, 1099, the first 2 months are always going to be your hardest, right? And investing in yourself because no one has a job where they have to put money out,
Sure.
And that was like very hard for me to get behind is like, dude, I have to spend $1,400 if I want to make some money this week. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And then I
got rent.
I got rent to pay. I'm not stacking the credit cards. And then I did it. The first time I ever did it was in a lock-in at San Diego. They were like, dude, just fly down, get around these guys, buy some leads. And I was like, okay, fine. I'll do it once. And if it doesn't work out, bro, like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Did it, and I closed like $8,000. And I was like, all right, dude, let me do that again. And then I'd get a little bit of money, and I would, like, take my foot off the gas. And that's where the being an idiot came into play, bro. Like,
yeah. Well, we're our own bosses at the end of the day, right? Where do you kind of like give yourself the reality check of yeah, we're our own boss, and kind of like what's the happy medium of like, okay, I need to work these hours because I'm my own boss, and like also taking the time off because I'm my own boss, I can do what I want.
The thing is like I don't have a balance, dude. I have an obsession, right? So like I don't have I want to take time off to do this and enjoy my day. I don't do that kind of stuff. Like, I don't care about it because, dude, I'm on a mission, and my why is so deep. Like, you don't want to take time off. Like, you always want to be working. You always want to be inching towards the goal that you're achieving. Sure. Like, bro, my mom, like, she's my driving factor. I think about my mom every single day. Like, she's... Mama, bro. She's busting her tail working that job, and like I don't want her to struggle, And it's like if I was to take today off, bro, that's one more day that she has to struggle later down the line.
For sure.
I want to retire my mom. I want her to be okay, and I want those kinds of things to come true. And the more I work now, the more I put in now, the sooner that's going to become a reality because she does not have to struggle for much longer. I mean, dude, sure. She raised 4 kids coming out of like as we were growing up, and same with my dad. Like my dad, I think about him all the time too, but when it comes down to it, bro, like I've always seen my mom and my dad too just busting their tails, making ends meet, raising 4 kids. And one, I don't want them to struggle at all. Like I really want to be able to help them out. And then 2, I also don't want my family to go through that. Like, I don't want us to deal with financial struggles because, dude, I think that's like 99% of families in America nowadays. Yeah, sure. And, dude, it can tear people apart, It can tear your life apart if you're dealing with financial struggles, and that's the last thing I ever want to go through.
Nah, dude, that's huge. And I guess this next question's more for, like, the new agents. And I'll just ask you this, like, what kind of advice would you give to a brand new agent just after everything you've said, all the struggles, the money that we do make, everything else? Like, what would you say to a new agent to either, one, propel them to have success early on, or just some good advice?
I mean, there's two things. Like, one that's super tangible is buy leads as fast as possible. Like, you want to buy leads as soon as you possibly can, because the longer you wait to buy leads, the longer it's going to take you to make money. And just, like, go all in. Like, don't really spend the first 6 weeks or first 2 months in here just, like, going through the motions, like, kind of dipping your toes in the water and seeing what it's all about. Like, no, bro, go all in. Get on the computer at 8 in the morning, lock in your sales training, and continuously get better every single day. Like, and just have, like, a fire under your ass, bro, and just really grind and make it happen and have a deep why. That was going to be the next thing I touch on, bro, is don't just do it for the money. Like, if you're only doing it for the money, dude, you're screwed, because when in a 1099 job, if a policy doesn't go through, or if you don't get paid, or if you have a tough week when you're not making sales, one, like, struggle like that is going to knock you completely off of your path, right? But if you're doing it for reasons bigger than money, like for me, for example, like, I'm doing this shit for my mom, I'm doing this shit for my dad, I'm doing it for my family, my future family, and not only them, the agents under me that rely on me to teach them how to do things, the agents under me that need to watch me succeed, that need to have guidance. And if I don't do it,
they need to know that it's real.
They need to know that it's real, and I will not let them fail. You know, like, that's like been my biggest thing, dude, is I'll put too much into an agent because I really don't want to see them fail, and it's a blessing and a curse, you know?
Yeah. Well, so I guess that's a good spot to pivot. Like, where do you what's the happy medium of knowing when to invest into a new agent and when you kind of know they're just going to, like, waste your time?
So I think the biggest, like, thing I've seen with most new agents that either waste your time or, like, that are going to be successful is the work they put in on their own time. Like, if you're having to tell them to get on to trainings, if you're having to tell them to do this, to do that, like, that just means they don't want it bad enough for themselves, right? If a new agent comes on and they're getting on all the trainings without you asking, if they're doing all these things that you expect them to do because it's better for them, without you having to ask, like, that's the biggest thing I've noticed.
Yeah.
And if a new agent's going to succeed, bro, they're going to succeed regardless of if you help them out a ton or not, right? Because we have all the tools. We have all the trainings. Like, dude, we have trainings every single day. You know exactly where to buy leads from. You know exactly where to learn how to write applications. You know exactly how to do all that stuff, right? So our job is not to be babysitters. Our job is not to be, like, mom and dad, like, you know, I'm going to drag you from the back and take you where I want you to go.
For sure.
Like, you need to know where you want to go, right? If you know where you want to go, you're going to get there regardless of if I'm there or not. You know what I mean? So when it comes to investing into new agents, the only time I truly invest into new agents, and I've made a lot of mistakes when it comes to this, bro, is, like, if they're really putting in the work and if they're really, you know, doing all the things that I expect them to do without me asking, and they're kind of struggling a little bit, like they're having, like, a tough moment, like, I'll help them out a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
But huge mistake that no one should ever make, dude, is don't treat someone differently because they're your, like, friend, or you grew up with them, or you did this or they did that when you were younger. Like,
that's huge.
He was my best friend, right? I'm going to help him out a little bit more just because, like, I have that love for him. I've done that just recently, bro, and it never pays off. It never pays off because, like, when you're giving out handouts, bro, like, they just start walking all over you.
For sure.
If you don't have a backbone, dude, they'll start walking all over you. They'll expect it, and they'll become entitled. Yeah. And those are your least favorite agents. Like, you need to cut the cancers out.
Yeah, gotta cut them off.
Gotta cut them off, dude.
Yeah, man. Well, this has been a solid podcast. I appreciate you for hopping on, bro.
Of course, brother.
Solid. Is there anything else you want to say to the fans? To the cam?
To the cam, dude. Putting me on the spot, bro. I mean, not really, honestly, dude. Like, if you're going through something, whether it's mentally, financially, physically, any of it, grow closer to God.
Yeah.
Like,
huge.
There's been nothing more that has helped me out in the recent couple months than building a relationship with God. And the biggest thing too, bro, is always treat people with respect, whether they're above you, below you, whether they're your mom, dad, girlfriend, your friend, or they don't respect you, always treat people with respect because it always comes in return tenfold.
Yeah.
Never think you're above somebody because you're making more money or because your team's doing better or because you're, bigger, faster, stronger. Like, everyone is at an even point.
Huge.
And even if you don't gain anything from it, always be there to help people out. Always just make the world a better place.
Yeah.
Always just make it your goal to make the world a better place one day at a time.
100%, man. Well, I appreciate you again for hopping on. And
I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, dude. Let's go.
Let's freaking go, baby.
Oh, I guess I forgot to ask. What are some goals that you have for 2026?
Some goals, brother. I mean, my goals are pretty big, bro. Like, I want the team really doing 250K by June, which is gonna be a steep goal. I got to get really ramping up on something like that. And I want the team doing $1 million a month by the end of the year because I just want to change as many lives as possible. I want as many 20-year-old kids that don't know what they want to do with their lives, the same kid that I was. I want them to be able to have a future for themselves in this business because that's exactly what it did for me. Personal goals, I do want to write Hall of Fame because I love selling insurance, bro. Like, if my team was doing, a lot of premium every month, bro, I would still be selling, but I just want to write 400K, show people it's possible, bro, because I don't want people to think like, oh, I'm just recruiting to make a quick buck, bro. Yeah. Like, I love this,
Yeah.
But
well, you heard it. If anyone's out there watching this that is going through something, you can hit me or Garrett up. If you guys are looking for an opportunity, hit us up. Again, appreciate you for hopping on, man. And stay tuned for episode 3.
Let's